Yeah, here we are at Dyffryn Gardens, and they've got lots of Christmas trees out with lights on it, so they're doing the festive thing. And I'm going to go around and see if I can find some wooden reindeers, because apparently there's lots of wooden reindeers scattered around with other bits and pieces. So let's get cracking. So a little bit further on, so on my shoulder here, you should see Nadolig Llawen, which basically means Merry Christmas in Welsh. And over there, behind me again, is the Dyffryn House. So this is the start of our trail, if you want to call it that. And I'm just going to go over now and have a look at the reindeers. Made of wood, of course, but hey ho, it's all part of the Christmas fun, eh? Here we go, a couple of little wooden reindeers. Interesting. And a game here, I don't know what the game is. But it's a ball game, apparently. So that would be interesting. It had to happen. I don't know if you can hear it, but in the background, there's some dull, distant sounds of child crying. The last reindeer I was at, little Tommy comes along and trips over the ground and falls headlong. And of course, resultant in tears, end of the world stuff. But we've all done it as children. We all know what it's like. The feeling of gloved hands falling onto tarmac. Hey ho, I'm just walking up onto the second reindeer station. They got little games with it, so it's kind of interesting. It's also interesting this time of year. The leaves are gone on the trees, so the trees are barren. So everything is kind of naked, waiting for spring now. But hey ho, there's little robins still flitting about. There's one down there. I think he's looking for food. Unfortunately, I don't have any food. I'm sorry. Anyway, on to the next away station. Bows and arrows. And there's another little reindeer. What's his name? Cupid. Cupid the reindeer. So you've got to shoot the arrows at the little hearts. And the arrows, obviously, safety conscious. Velcro ends. So no one's going to get killed, which is a good idea, really. Can't have any accidents. But nice looking bow. I might give that a try myself and see how it works. Okay, Robin Hood, I am not. I took 2 shots from here and missed on both occasions. One going over by about 6 inches and one going through the gap. So I don't know if going through the gap is better, because it was only a small gap. But hey ho, I think we'll knock that one on the head and move on. I think there must be some kind of mother and toddlers group going on, because there's all those little children that are coming in and all the cars that are trooping in behind me are all going into the little sort of venue over the side there. I'm guessing that perhaps there's a party and they're going to go on a reindeer hunt once they've all gathered there and they're all ready to crack on. But I'm on my way up here, because up here there's another reindeer station and I want to see what's on that one. But hey, it's a nice view. Pretty quiet this time of year, just the occasional squirrel and robin and blackbird. And fountains going over there, which I'll show you in a minute when we get there. But off to the next reindeer station. Well, here's a little cutie reindeer. And it says something about pin the red nose on the reindeer. So I don't know if that's already pinned on. Oh yeah. It's magnetic. So there you go. Just goes to prove that humans, adults can be useless as well. I don't know what's in this box. Are there more? Oh no. Oh, you've got blindfolds. So you're going to do blindfolds. That makes sense. Why did I not think of that? It's nice though. And then in a minute we'll go over here past the waterfall, because I'm sure there'll probably be something on the other side. So let's go. Let's get cracking. Well, it's the first time I've seen that area down there. looking like more like a pond than a garden. Maybe it's kind of circle, I don't know, but usually it's just grass. I've never seen it like that before. So that's a new one on me. Right, so this is the cross path, and as you can see, there's a big puddle. I don't suppose it's very deep, but we'll try and go around the edge. I don't need wet feet, so not wet socks. Yeah. But plenty of midges down here as well. But yeah, very boggy. It's hardly surprising the amount of rain we just had. This is the one clear day. I think we've got rain coming again tomorrow, so I'll stop here and pan round. So that's looking up the ways. The waterfall. And the house in the distance, very pretty. These nice little aces either side. Obviously, nothing on them this time of year. Hey, look. Now, normally that little sort of ditch over there, I won't zoom it in, is always dry. There's absolutely nothing in that at all over the summer. So, proves it does have a bit of water in it in the winter. But hey ho, onwards. I'm sure to find another reindeer. How many have we seen so far? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's more than 4. I think there's some hiding over in the sunken garden. So that's our next port of call. Once we get through those white arches over there in the distance. Anyway, let's stop that for now. And I told porky pies. I've just found a couple more little reindeer fens just down there. And this little game, I don't know what it is. Love music. Vixen and Dancer. Turn the handles. So what are we going to get from this, I wonder? Name that tune in one. I think that one's lost a pin. And what's this final one? Suffered a bit, but I think I wish you a Merry Christmas. I think the water's got to that one. But hey ho, so that's another 2. Another 2 to tick off my list. Onwards. Okay, ignore my shadow. We're now heading off to, I think it's called the Rose Garden. And then you've got like an Italian sunken garden, so I'm thinking there's going to be a few more buried in there. Oh, a squirrel! Squirrel! Sorry, got no food for you. Oh, I'm sure you get plenty of food. Hope you got somewhere dry to tuck yourself away into, because it's going to be raining tomorrow. Oh, when this rain ever end? I suppose it's good for the reservoirs. Build up for next year's drought and next blistering summer. That's the theory anyway. Right, onwards to the Rose Garden. Well, they've done some work in here. This wasn't looking like this a few months ago. They've got beds in for the roses and some box hedging in. Some of the box looks like it's dried out a little bit though, so it might be the summer. But most of it looks green, lush, and looks like they've been trimming hedges as well. So all the preparation work that carries on over the Christmas and winter period. Gardening never stops. So let's go through. I think there's one up there where those people are above that wall. We'll soon find out. Well, nothing down here. Just the omnipresent sound of trickling water off of that little bowl there. So we'll have to go back up those steps up to a higher level and see how we get on. Only ever seen that drip, rain or summer, winter, whatever. But it's well thought out, and the ripples that circulate and radiate from the centre right the way up to the edge. Very peaceful. This is usually very pretty in the summer, because you've always got like lily pads spread out across the little pond there. And then you've got an abundance of flies that are flitting around, dragonflies, that kind of thing, mayflies, pond skaters. So, plus it's very peaceful as well. That's what I like about it. Anyway, we're still on the hunt for more reindeer. Well, the sign there says make a snow family. And lots of slightly damp arms, legs, noses, etc. in there. I suppose you move these around or change them. Oh yeah, or change them as you see fit. Not quite so sure about the dog down there. I think he's looking a bit confused. But yeah, that will be fun. I think there's another thing over there, like a ball chuck thing. I'll have a look in a sec. I think this is the last one. I think it was called Comet. So I'll just have a look. Oh yeah. Throw at your opponent. So there's vests in here, I'm assuming. No, yet. And there's balls at the bottom there. You've got to throw them at your opponents. And another very interesting looking reindeer. So, I think that's all of them. I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll carry on wandering. There might be a couple more over this side. On the other side of that, and we'll see how we get on. Overall, it's a noble effort, I think. And so far, from what I've seen, the kids seem to love it. So, it should last another couple of weeks, I think, till the end of December, and then that's it. But, yeah, hopefully the weather will stay a bit better. It's been horrible. But, let's crack on. Well, I think I may have had my fill. I think we found them all. I can't think there's any more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Unless anybody knows different. There's the house over there. Looking very resplendent. Looks like somebody's had a bit of a haircut on one of those trees. We'll just go up to the green area up there and see if there's anything up there. Other than that, I think we found them all. Look at that big tree there. You think with the big succulent leaves it would hate frost, but it seems to survive. So up the steps. This old garden's obviously yet to be renovated for the new year. Look at that lovely view through there. Isn't that a nice vista? If I can get the camera in the right thing. Little view of the house, little glimpse. Who did this garden? Really thought it out. Very nice. I don't think we've got any more down there. Nope. We're roped off. Ready for the volunteers and gardeners to come in and do something for the spring. So let's stop that one there for a minute. So that's where all the mothers and toddlers have been. Very quiet here. Very nice. And much of the garden is going under renovation work for the spring. So, interesting time of the year. And I'm about done now, so... Yep, I'm about done. So we're going to toddle over back to the entrance hut and grab myself a coffee. And maybe a scone, and then head back and edit this. So what do I think? Yeah, it's all right. It's keeps enough to keep the kids occupied. It's just very weather dependent, and as you all know what weather's like in the UK this time of year, it's hit and miss. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Now, you might ask yourself, why is this little fella here covered up? Now, he's covered up for a reason. Old, for starters, but mostly because of frost protection. Because it's a soft stone, if the water gets into that stone, frost expands the water, so it turns to ice, which means it pushes little bits of stone off. which means they gradually would degrade and you just end up with a kind of tall lump. So by adding the protective sleeve there, that stops the frost getting in and destroying them. So they're here for a lot longer for everybody else to enjoy. So if you see anything like that, that's the reason why. Oh, that's flowing a lot more, isn't it? It was dry in the summer.